Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jason.
I'm Julie.
And we are Destination Full-Time. And today we're going to jump into the waters.
Yep.
The waters. The turbulent water. We're going to actually talk about frame flex. Are we really going to do this?
I think we have to.
Okay. Well, I have been putting off this video for the last month and a half, I think, because two reasons. One, I didn't really want to get into the conversation because it's a very heated conversation.
Right.
And two, I'm praying we don't have it.
And living in the RV is sublime. Destination full-time.
We're going to show you in a minute a couple of signs that may mean that we have frame flex. Talking about the inside of the RV. There are some things you can look for. Guys, there's a ton of videos out there related to frame flex,
right,
how to check for frame flex, and yes, this is kind of one of those videos, but this is just our experience with it. We've sat back now for the last month and a half.
A couple months, yeah.
Yeah, and we've watched every video, I think, that's come out. We've followed, I think, every group that is discussing it. And guys, people are really doing a great job trying to bring awareness to it. It is a safety thing, and we definitely want to be safe.
Right.
If you don't know that we want to be safe, we actually did a video last week on how to be safe with your tires, right? And your hubs. Really, now we want to be safe with the RV altogether, so I figured what better time than now to talk about frame flex.
Yeah, absolutely.
With the research that I've done, I know you haven't done a lot of research. It's kind of not your jam, right?
His jam.
It's not my jam either, but I am interested in what is acceptable frame flex. We all know giant piece of metal frame that holds these giant RVs. We know that when you put the weight on the pin of the hitch of the truck, that there's a lot of weight, thousands of pounds of weight on that fifth wheel hitch. We know that. It just goes to reason that there's going to be a little bit of a flex in something this long and this heavy.
Right.
That happens. When you build rockets to go to space, they build in tolerances for flex. Same thing with RVs. From the research I've done, and again, please comment. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm completely off base. But from the research that I've done, anywhere from a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch of flex from the measurements that we're about to do is within the tolerances of a fifth wheel this size. Do I like that? I don't know. If that's truly the way it's engineered, again, comments, guys. Tell me if I'm wrong. If that's not the way it's supposed to work, we need to know. Because I'm going under the impression that anywhere from a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch of flex
is
acceptable tolerances. So we're going to measure ours. We're going to bring you along while we do that to let you see what ours is. We're going to show you right now some signs that we see on the inside that may mean that we have frame flex. We're a group as an RV community. We have a lot of friends that have Grand Design Momentum toy haulers.
Yeah.
A lot of friends actually have them. Seems like that's been a prevalent model that's had it. Although we've done research. Again, like I said, I've done research. It's in every model.
Yeah.
It's in every manufacturer.
Yeah.
Seems like it's tied to when Lippert makes the frames. I don't know that. That's just from the research that I've done. Even then, there's lots of videos on how Lippert makes the frames, how they're spec'd, all the testing, all that. You can go look at those on your own. This is our experience. This is what we're checking. Again, if
we're not blaming anybody.
I don't want to blame anybody. It's a problem, needs to be addressed. I truly feel it needs to be addressed, and people that have the problem need to get it fixed. I want to see if we have the problem to see if we need to get in that queue to get it fixed.
Right.
Right? Because we're going to be in Indiana later this year. If we need to get it fixed, then that's a perfect time to do it. Let's bring you guys along with us, and let's look at a couple of the signs that we think might mean we have the dreaded frame flex. You ready? Let's go. All right, guys. The first places that you can see this problem is in the bedroom. And again, I don't know, this might be normal, might not be normal, might just be a sign. But let me show you something. Let me have that camera, Julie. I want to show you close up of where you can see right here just a little bit of rubbing. Just a little bit. Now, I want to say this. Maybe from our first or second trip, we noticed that. Now, we've had this thing 2.5 years now, over 2 years.
Yeah, 2.5
almost
sounds right.
2.5 almost. That showed up then, pretty quick. We used to have a hellacious site to back this thing back up into, and I'm certain that if there was going to be frame flex, that site would have caused it at our home base. That hasn't changed since the first or second trip when we first noticed it. Over 2 years. Hasn't gotten worse, hasn't changed, exactly like that. Let me show you one other sign. A tiny little bit right here of just a little bit of wallpaper discoloration right in that corner. It never changes. Been like that since very early on. I don't know if that's normal or not. Again, our experiences, what we're seeing. Neither one of those things has changed since day one of this RV. And we've had this RV now thousands of miles up north, back down south, all around the south. A lot of miles, no problems besides that. One other thing that you can look at and you can check. Julie, come with me here. Underneath this carpet on the sides are lag bolts. There's one right there. You can kind of feel a slight little bulge where the head of the bolt is. There's several of these along this carpeted area. And you can feel them all down through. I've been checking those on a regular basis. They have not backed out. They still appear to be flush without taking the carpet off and actually taking a wrench and seeing if they move. They appear to be not backing out. Some I've seen in the research I've done is they backed out significantly to the point where you can really feel a bulge. That is on both sides. You have that on this side wall as well, underneath this carpet. Again, I check these periodically as well. I don't feel any significant bulges. All right, sorry about that. I almost had a heart attack. I thought Julie was stepping off the stairs and gonna fall backwards. But anyway, I do need you to walk down the stairs a little bit though, babe. Just go all the way down to the bottom. There's one other sign. There's a tiny little bit of wallpaper wrinkle right here. I don't know if you can see that well.
Oh yeah, I see.
And a tiny little bit, maybe of a little bit of rub right there. Hard to tell.
Yeah.
I've been keeping this, again, I noticed this very early on. It hasn't gotten any worse. Hadn't changed that I can tell. I'm gonna come downstairs with you. So, again, let's go measure this and see where we're at, and then we'll come back inside and talk about it. For us, we're going to measure this on the same point on both sides up to the pen box. So we're going to measure from right here at this corner on this side and this corner on this side up to here where it connects on the pen box on both sides. All right, let's get this done. Julie, I need you over here. Now we are on the back of the truck, as you can see here. We are hitched up. Make sure you can see that good. We're hitched up. All the weight is on the pen box. So let's take some measurements and see where we are now. One other thing I forgot to mention is there's a couple signs on the exterior that you might be able to tell. Obviously, any of the welds around the pen box that you can visually see with your eyes, you want to look and see, are they cracked? Do you see anything that just doesn't look right? You would want to look at that, obviously. Of course, where it actually hits with the frame. Another thing you can look at is the molding around the corners, and I'm showing that. I'll show that now in the video. I'm not going back outside right at the moment, but we'll show this molding. Yeah, it's really hot here in Florida. That molding, if it's moved or it seems to be separating, especially when it's on the hitch, you should be able to see that. I've even seen where the plastic molding pops out that covers the screws that hold on the front area. That sometimes will pop out. And then the other thing that I've seen to be aware of is on your bedroom slides, some screws backing out or snapping off. And then of course visually around your cap, right around the where the slide goes in, if there's any hairline cracks or anything in that where it pivots kind of area, you want to be making notice of that. Ours is full body paint. I wash it quite a bit, wax it quite a bit. I pay very close attention to that when I'm washing and waxing to make sure that we're good. Those symptoms we do not have at all. I have nothing on the exterior that I can see that indicates that there's any kind of
fabulous news.
That's good news. However, we just did the measurement. So both sides of ours, you measure both sides from a set point on the bottom to where the hitch makes contact to the frame, and we measured that, and on both sides we got a measurement, which was weird. Those measurements aren't the same on both sides. That's kind of weird to me, but either way, that's how it is on ours. And we are 1/4 inch on the hitch on both sides. So in other words, when we put that hitch down on the fifth wheel hitch, we get a 1/4 inch of flex. Now, I believe from everything I've read and researched that that's okay.
Right.
You've done a little bit, not a lot of research. Again, that seems to be within the tolerance. What I read was, again, 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch. You're probably okay. No reason to do anything. We will continue to monitor the situation.
Yeah.
I mean, pulling the tailgate off to measure that is kind of a pain. It's a couple connectors on our truck, and then just pulling it off. We'll probably do that when we get up north again, I think, probably after 2, 3, 4, 5,000 miles.
Well, and one thing is, when we first bought this rig, we were traveling but not constant. Mm-hmm. So the ones that seem to have the problem are full-timers, as are we, but we weren't full-timing from the beginning. So it could
but we weren't moving. Yeah.
Right. We were full-time, we just weren't moving as often.
Mm-hmm.
So it is still possible it can come on just later.
Yeah.
Because now we're constantly moving.
Yeah, and you know, these roads are no joke, and so we're going to Indiana later in the year, mm-hmm. In May, to get independent suspension put on the rig. So we think that'll help some.
And the disc brakes.
And too. Disc brakes, yeah, the whole package. We think that might help a little bit, but again, the weight on that hitch is the weight on that hitch, right? And we live in this thing full time. So again, please. There's a lot of you guys out there way smarter than I am, and more expert on this topic than I am. There's, again, a lot of videos. I hope that the title of this video will bring some attention to us, so we can get some comments, because I just want to know if we're right or wrong. If a 1/4 inch is too much, you should let us know. Please let us know so we can get it reported and see what happens
fixed
from there. Yeah, we want to get it fixed because we want to be safe. Again, not trying to ruffle feathers of anybody under this topic. This is just our experience. We hope this is okay. Seems like it's okay to me. Everything I've read about it seems like 1/4 inch is okay. Again, let us know. And we hope you enjoy this video. Hope you find it informative on some things to look for.
Right.
Because I think a lot of people might be in our situation.
They don't know what to look for.
I don't think I was scared. Well, I was a little bit, because it could be pricey if it's not covered under warranty.
Right.
We've seen so many and heard so many horror stories about dealing with this issue. We just didn't want
to even have it.
Right. We were hoping we didn't have it so we don't have to go through that experience.
don't
But
have to deal with it.
if that is not the case, we will go through that experience and document it on the channel and what we've gone through, just like when we had the paint problem. We documented that experience and how that took and the outcome of that. So we'll do the same thing on this. Again, I don't think this is an issue. If it is, please leave us a comment. Leave us a comment on your experience too, right? Have you had a bad experience? Have you had frame flex? Have you had frame failure? There's a lot of terminology: frame flex, frame failure, frame
Say that fast 5 times.
frame broken. We hope that you find this video informative, and we hope that you reciprocate that back to us and help inform us on the topic as well. So again, hope that you enjoyed this video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. It really does help us. And again, we want to put information out because it's not all a bed of roses out here on the road. Bad things happen sometimes, problems happen.
You have to deal with them.
We want to show you how we deal with problems and how we determine if we even have a problem, right? Internet is a great resource for sure. And I know there's a lot of people that we know doing a lot of hard work in the background trying to help all RVers across all manufacturers that might have this problem. So again, do your research. If you have an RV or a fifth wheel, do your research, see what you come up with, and let us know. But until next week, guys, we hope that you find your next
destination.
Thanks so much for watching.
And living in the RV is sublime. Destination full time.